Hello and welcome to Serdd's Audio Fanfiction's YouTube channel. I'm Serdd. Thanks for tuning in. This episode is a little different in that rather than it being only the first 15 minutes of the fic, this episode is the whole thing. As this story is a one-shot in a series of one-shots, I'm hoping to record and post the entire series on here. Just like the rest of my completed audio fics, the full fic will be available for download on both my website and my AO3 profile page in the links below. Please be sure to check it out and subscribe for future episodes. Right, with all that out of the way, let's get to it. Happy listening. There is the cutest cooking channel on YouTube, which Victor is addicted to. He doesn't even know what the man who runs the channel looks like, but he just knows he's gorgeous. It's the calmness of him, how nice his hands are, and his arms, and his chest, usually clad in a simple t-shirt. Not to mention the occasional glimpses of his jaw and mouth, which, hello, Victor is so gay. There's also a cute toy poodle which occasionally makes an appearance as Katsu, the pseudonym the man goes by, coos and fusses over him. Victor has his own channel under the name Nick Bitch, but everyone knows his real name and he happily shows his face. He does makeup tutorials and silly dance routines as well as glimpses of his actual routines on the ice. He's retired from professional figure skating at 28 and is thoroughly enjoying being a YouTuber, and occasionally guest commenting on figure skating competitions, as well as a little choreography on the side when he feels like it. His absolute favorite pastime is watching Katsu's channel, though. Katsu's also done some game playthroughs, after he mentioned that he likes video games and his fans demanded he show himself playing some. So there's a section for that on his channel, too. Sometimes Katsu's joined by a friend for these playthroughs. And while the friend is happy to direct people to his own channel, where his face is visible in his hamster dress-up and care tutorials, Katsu remains mysterious. The friend is Peachy Chulemont, a cute Thai dancer who is the personification of an exclamation mark, and a general bundle of joy. Victor may or may not have internet stalked Peachy to see if he could catch a glimpse of Katsu's face. But alas, Katsu remains stoutly private, even on his friend's Instagram page. Victor carries on doing his own videos, is flirty and pouty and sassy, and hints at having a crush on a fellow YouTuber. His fans, of which he has many as one of the top YouTubers, pester him constantly as to who it might be. There's guesses that it's his friend Christoph Giacometti, who still skates competitively, but likes YouTube too, and will upload his routines and occasionally join Victor in his videos. They have a special section on Victor's page called Victor and Chris's Gay Roundup of the Week, where they do everything from live streaming as they watch the latest episode of some K-drama that's so bad it's good, to tearing apart celebrity fashion choices. It's definitely not Chris, though. And Victor's surprised none of his fans have guessed who it is after the heels stunt. Katsu happened to mention something about liking heels while he was playing a game, and Victor promptly uploaded a video of him doing a death drop in 6-inch stilettos and a pair of booty shorts. His fans went mad. Not to mention the time Victor was doing a Q&A during a makeup tutorial and midway through explaining how your eyeliner should be sharp enough to bring swift and painful vengeance on your enemies. He'd noticed a question about what nationality his YouTuber crush was. Victor had tipped a smirk at the camera and said, "He's Asian. That's all I'm saying." Victor's been watching Katsu for 1.5 years. He was already watching prior to his retirement from competitions. And after all this time, he's finally given the best gift he could ever hope for. Not only Katsu's face, but a full-body view of him in high-waisted hot pants, a crop top, and a pair of heels. Victor happens to be live streaming at the time, reviewing an episode of a Russian soap opera, when he gets the notification that Katsu's uploaded a video. He glances at it, planning to watch it when he's done streaming, before he promptly chokes on the mouthful of wine he just took. His email notification says Katsu's uploaded a dance routine. Victor stares at his phone screen, long enough for his followers to start asking what's wrong. "I'm sorry, everyone," Victor says, looking up at the camera with slightly wild eyes. "We are going to have to take a slight break from our scheduled live streaming of Katya and Ivan's breakup to watch a video together." After this, it sounds like he says, "God is good to the gays. Praise be to Jesus." But it's muffled and the mic doesn't really pick it up. The live comments on his stream are a series of question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, and what's going on, and why does he look so pink? Victor is muttering to himself, swearing occasionally as the video takes a while to buffer, and he nearly spills the wine he's topping his glass up with because he's too busy watching the screen. The video finally loads, and his comments are a mix of, "Oh my god," and "Is that Katsu?" and "Called it! Fucking called it! Victor's YouTuber crushes Katsu!" And then there he is, strutting on the screen in his perfectly tidy apartment in a pair of fucking high-waisted hot pants, a crop top, and a pair of heels. He's unfairly beautiful. Dark hair swept back from a face with high cheekbones, pouty lips, and fuck-me eyes. "Hi there," Katsu says, waving at the camera nervously. "So, a few of you have wanted to see my face for quite some time, but you're getting a little more than you bargained for, 'cause I lost a bet. So yeah, now I have to dance too. Oh god. Okay, here's Rihanna's Pour It Up. Because, Peachy, you're an absolute shit, and I will take your hamster sons and make them see me as their true father. Bite me." Victor may choke slightly at this point and whisper something that sounds a lot like, "Yes, please." Yuri struts over to a speaker dock and lines up his iPhone, which is when Victor notices the pull. He gazes into the camera as though to say, "What the absolute shit? Fuck. What? What? Help!" The music starts, and Yuri draws closer to the pole with a sultry roll of his hips, his expression changing from one of slightly nervous to, "Get on your knees and worship me like the god I am." Victor has never been so turned on. "Jesus Christ," is just audible as Victor takes a huge swig of wine. At first, Yuri just circles the pole a few times, as though playing with the audience a little, drawing them in. Then he tilts a smirk at the camera, lifts himself easily up onto the pole as though he weighs nothing, and flips himself upside down. Victor almost chokes for a second time. What follows is the goddamn hottest thing Victor has ever seen in his 28 years of life. Yuri is a deity in mortal form. He's so effortlessly graceful and sexy on the pole, cheeky and flirty and the epitome of an absolute top, so that Victor, who's usually a switch, swears to bottom for this man for the rest of his life if Katsu would only step on him. "Can you believe, dear followers," Victor says, eyes still firmly fixed on the screen where Katsu slides up and down the pole like he does it for a living, "that God is real in Japanese?" A couple of his commenters get slightly offended, but seeing as he's an openly gay man who wears makeup and occasionally heels, he attracts a certain demographic, and the large majority are thrilled by his reaction. There are a few times in the video where Yuri goes to the floor and does a perfect drop, his back curved beautifully on his way back up, in a way that tells Victor this man must enjoy bottoming sometimes because, hello, Only bottoms have that flawless a back curve when they're bent over. Victor also briefly ponders the political correctness of stereotyping sexual preferences by appearance and personality, before Katsu does a perfect split, and he decides that there are more important things to worry about at the present. The song finishes and Katsu holds his ending pose for a moment, before he falls back into the adorably flustered man that blushes and thanks everyone for watching, and briefly promises swift and painful vengeance upon Peach and a plague upon his house. Then the video ends, and Victor is left breathless, flushed, and so incredibly aroused. "Holy fuck," he whispers, eyes wide as he looks at the camera. There's a moment's silence, and then Victor is scrambling to grab the camera. "Okay, that's all we've got time for today, folks. Victor trails off, looking a little mad before he curses in Russian. "Right, well, your boy's a mess, and Katsu, DM me. I swear to God, I need you to DM me. Don't leave a poor skater come YouTuber hanging. I will die. Okay, bye my good bitches." The video cuts out, and Victor's viewers are left confused, but absolutely thrilled. Victor uploads the section of the live stream with him watching Yuri's performance as a video, and may or may not DM Peachy Chulamon a link to it. Turns out, he needn't have bothered, as Yuuri, aka the YouTuber known as Katsu, is currently screaming as he watches Viktor Nikiforov, his skating and YouTube idol, completely freak out over how hot Yuri is. Doesn't stop Peachy replying with a video he took of a very drunk Yuri sobbing over how beautiful Victor is in his Stami Vicino routine. Also, a short clip of Peachy asking Yuri what he'd do if someone ever tried to get between him and Victor at a skating event. "I'd kill a man," Yuri says, entirely straight-faced. "Wow," Peachy can be heard saying off-screen, sounding utterly delighted. Peachy is the one who bursts in on Yuri and joins in with the screaming, as Yuri is his roommate as well as his best friend. He tackles Yuri onto his bed and shakes the living hell out of him. 2 days later, Yuri uploads a video of his dance routine to Ariana Grande's Into You, in which he winks at the camera and says, "If you're Russian, enjoy wearing heels, and are drop-dead gorgeous with an ass to die for, this one's about you." Victor lets out a noise like a dying animal when he sees it, and has to take care of himself twice before his arousal goes away. 2 years later, Victor and Yuri, otherwise known as the YouTubers Nick Bitch and Katsu, are married in Yuri's hometown of Hasetsu. Victor's makeup is flawless, and Yuri surprises him at the reception with a live recreation of the Pour It Up routine. Victor sobs for the 4th time that day. Peachy live streams the whole thing. Well, that's it. Thank you for listening. This has been Kiss for the Camera. Written by KatieEwok. Narrated by Serdd. Theme music, Spirited Away by Guillaume. If you would like to read this fic for yourself, please check out the link in the description. Be sure to subscribe to be notified when the next part of the series goes live. Till next time, happy listening.